it. Because what if your strategy changes and then you have to get a whole range of new tattoos, Yeah, you already done that part, right? So it's time to move on. You don't have to do stuff that didn't work so well back then. It's okay to make new mistakes, but other points? Yes, Sadhu, our gentle giant.
We have heard this verse, the peace formula. We accept it, but still we have not attained peace. So what does it mean?
That we're not living according to it. We don't really believe it. Even though Krishna has given us the guarantee, triple guarantee, we say, no. I got a better idea. I'm going to do it my way. So it's going to take time, and it's going to hurt a little more. Now we can do this the hard way, or we can do this the easy way. The choice is ours. Krishna rarely messes with our little free will. Rarely. Only when he sees that some devotee is so enthusiastic and so excited to do random acts of kindness and just spread bhakti, then Krishna says, okay, this will overrule this person's free will. But in general, everyone's just running according to the plan of the karmic spreadsheet. And you get exactly what you get. And you got to do what you got to do. Have you noticed how some people are working super hard and they're super smart and they can hardly survive? And other people, they're not the brightest and they're not working super hard, but they're making tons. Have you noticed? It's weird, isn't it? It's strange. So, sometimes we think that the source of my... Anyway, it's a different topic. I hope this gives you some indication. So why do I not believe Krishna? Is he my worshipful Lord? Do I have full faith that Krishna has my best interest at heart? Or am I just another person who's looking for relief and salvation and a little bit of knowledge? Any reason to come to Krishna is a good enough reason. Some people used to come to temples to meet a girl or a boy, or to buy some drugs, or to get, free food or a free pair of shoes. There was a guide. Gita is the user manual for the galaxy, but there was a guidebook for people to how to live on the cheap. How to live without money. And it said, if you need a pair of free shoes, go to the Hare Krishna temple. Funny, huh? And that guide, it says, is not for sale. You have to steal this book. I don't think it sold so well because people... Anyway. But you can't legislate faith. I can't tell you, you have to trust Krishna, or you have to trust Prabhupada, or you have to trust me or anybody. We choose where we repose our faith. That's an individual thing. That's why no one can tell you who your Diksha Guru is. Not your mentor, not your temple president, not your zonal supervisor or your GBC. You have to decide that for yourself. And if you don't, then at some day you will actually read these books and you will realize that you're being manipulated and you'll get upset. And that's exactly what's happening. So we have to understand our own philosophy. Otherwise we're not really authentic. We're not really doing what we're supposed to be doing. Other questions? Yes, Tulsi Prabhu.
What would you advise someone who cannot finish his rounds, 16 rounds every day?
Well, the first advice is finish them, you know, because the mind always says, oh, no, you know, it's too late, and you check your beads and there's 4 left, and you go like, oh yeah, I chanted those, you know. But that's not cool. Don't cut any corners, no shortcuts. I told you the story from Ghana. I was in Ghana, we went for a program. It was super hot. We chanted and danced. We were totally sweaty. We had a big van and a minibus. I was in the minibus behind. When we came back, and you have to understand, this is Africa. You bring out the drums, the whole city comes, you know. You bring out the drums and food and chanting, I mean, the whole district shows up. It was massive. On the way back, the one who's driving the big bus, he went off the main road into the forest and took and I thought, he's probably trying to take a shortcut. That's why this is called the no shortcut story. And it got smaller and smaller, very bumpy. I thought, are we going to make it out of the jungle? All of a sudden, we're back on the road, and all of a sudden, bang! A tire bursts. Everyone off the bus, you know, find the jack, pump it up, change the tire. Everyone's hungry, everyone's tired. It's 45 degrees, 100-degree humidity. You know what that means? It means you dry off, and before you can put on a shirt, you're again wet. You know, right? Yeah. Like every day of the week. So, and then everyone gets a little annoyed, you know, everyone gets a little angry. Like when people give too long talks, you know, people are like, when is this guy going to stop? Pretty soon, don't worry. So then, okay, everybody back on the bus, we start driving, and he goes really fast. He goes really fast because he's angry because he noticed that the people are angry with him. And so he starts speeding. And then there is these little waves, and then one wave, he takes it too fast, and the van kind of takes off, you know, it's like mid-air. And then there is a double curve. So the first one, he can just manage to take it, but the second one, he can't take it. So he... You need a bucket of water?
I'm sorry.
Bucket of water always works. Guaranteed. So, the bus, the big bus, it flips over on the side. We're in the minibus behind. We're watching this, like right behind. And we're in the middle of an African village. There's people on the side of the road selling vegetables and fruits and kids, and it's a big village scene. And the bus goes crashing right into this marketplace. Do you like the story?
Yes.
Yeah? Sorry, time is up. I'm going to tell you the rest next time when I come. Is that okay?
No.
No. You want the rest of the story. Okay. So then, just before the inevitable disaster is supposed to happen, there's a big pile of construction bricks right there on the side of the road. And the bus just smashes right into them and pulverizes all those bricks. And we're in the back, we stop, we get out of the minivan, and we can't open the door because the van is lying on the door. So we have to kick open the glass, all glasses everywhere and people screaming. And so we open the back window and help people climb out. And people are bruised and they got scratches. No one's killed, no broken bones, no one's seriously hurt, just a few scratches. And the people all gather around and they say, a miracle, a miracle, a miracle. Who are you? What are you? Like that. The police came, they impounded the vehicle, but next day we got it back because it's Africa. So, what's the moral of the story? No shortcuts. Okay? Don't think that there is a quick fix. There's a cheap way how to get to where you want to go. No, there isn't. You have to go the distance. Sometimes there are emergencies. Sometimes it may just not happen. You have so much service to do, you didn't have time to eat, you didn't have time to sleep, and the day's over. Finish them the next day. Now I meet devotees who say, I got 5,000 unread emails, and I got, 639 rounds left to chant. You can work on those, or you can just say, this is not going to happen again. I start fresh from scratch, but I'm going to stick with it. I made a vow. I'm a gentleman. I should keep my vows. I should keep my agreements, right? So, then, many times we doubt, okay, how was the quality of my rounds? Not so great. Okay, let's chant some more. Huh? Don't be a minimalist. Prabhupada said minimum 16 rounds. Nikadashi, feel free to chant more. 25, 32, 64, 108. Huh? 192. Why not? Who's going to stop you? No one. 192 or 198?
92.
92. Okay. So, just chant more. And Krishna is not a religious fanatic. That's why I signed up with the Hare Krishnas. Because my God is not a religious fanatic. It's not like, on 12th of August, 1987, you missed 2 rounds. Back. You know that game when you hit the wrong spot and you go back to the beginning? Krishna is not like that. Nihabhikramanashasti pratyavaya navidyate swalbhamapi sadharmasya traite mahato bhaya. Krishna is very kind. And whatever, you take 1 step, Krishna takes 10 steps. And he's Urukrama. He's got big steps. So, don't think I'm endeavoring and I'm struggling and I'm not going anywhere. Krishna knows. He's in our heart. Krishna sees our effort. He sees our struggle. But Krishna is attracted to the devotion, to love. It's not an external thing. Oh, I did everything right. Yeah, but where's the bhav? What is my real intention? Why do I do what I do? Who do I want to impress? What's my motive? Motive is crucial. Attitude is everything. If you don't believe it, buy the t-shirt. Right? Okay? Other questions? It's 7:30. This is supposed to be a short class. If you have any topic, now is the time, because this is the last rounds, and we're out of here.
I one more.
Go ahead.
Do we have Hare Krishna? Do we have to be always scared and with attention in the devotional process, not to be just easy going, happy?
Scared is the wrong word. You should be vigilant. You should be careful. Scared, not paranoid scared, because fear-based religion only works for a few people. Thinking people don't subscribe to fear-based religion, because fear is not a good motivator. But Prabhupada said there's one problem with you Westerners, you're not afraid of Maya. So we should have, there's healthy fear and there's unhealthy fear. Unhealthy fear is like, can I get out of bed? Can I get out of the house? Maybe I should just dig a hole in the garden and roll in it. It's like people who are afraid that the sky's going to fall on their heads. You know what I mean? You give them a glass of water and they say, what's in it? Where's it coming from? People who have an unhealthy obsession with healthy living? You know a few of them, right? That can kill you. But a healthy fear, as in, I'm vigilant. I know, this is Krishna's Maya. It's his potency. And I'm not taking it in a light way. I'm not paranoid, but I'm also not negligent. So Krishna has his way how to keep us on our toes, how to stay alert. And that doesn't just mean that you double, triple check. It means mainly you check good rounds, you invest in yourself, you stay well nourished in Krishna consciousness. And you don't do dangerous stuff, you don't do stupid stuff. Huh? Because whenever we go into that direction, then the modes have their own way. And it's not a fight you can win. And we should not test Krishna's patience and have him step in to save the day because of our negligence. There was a sadhu, he was living in the jungle, and there was tigers, and somebody asked him, why are you carrying this little stick? He said, because there's tigers. They said, well, what are you going to do with a little stick against a tiger? He said, yeah, I know Krishna is in the heart of every living entity, but I have to show to Krishna that I'm also doing my bit. I'm doing my part. That's why I have the little stick. You know, just as a reminder, not to take Krishna's protection for granted. Yeah, it might be okay 99 times, but then, boom, you get hit, you know. And then we start screaming, yelling, blaming, accusing. Oh, but that's not Krishna consciousness. Yes, last point.
From where the dangerous stuff starts. From where the dangerous stuff, you said you don't do dangerous stuff, like from eating karmic grains and lower than that, or from what can be.
You know, you should not give Maya a quarter inch. It starts with little things. As you know, Maya is one click away. One click. One click, and you're way out of ballpark. And no matter what it is, it may be Monday news, it may be whatever it might be, but one thing leads to another. That's why if you deviate a little bit and then you go further down the road, then all of a sudden you're way out in the swamp with the alligators. And it's not a fight that you can win. So, again, we don't have to be paranoid, but we have to understand how this world works. But because we don't, and we didn't read the fine print when we signed up for this expedition, so now we are, trying to negotiate our way, and it doesn't work that way, because we're not the ones who make the rules. We think, I'm the doer, I'm the guy who's running the show here, I know how things move. No, you don't. We don't even know how our hair is growing. We don't even know where our fingernails is coming from. Anyone getting fingernails done? Do you know where your fingernails are coming from? You don't. You don't know how your food's being digested. We know nothing about nothing. We just got here. That's why babies are so tired, because, they had a long journey, they had a long trip, from the last life. So they need to sleep it off. It takes them a while to adapt to this new machine, to this new body. And some of us, we're still growing up. We're still growing up. We're still learning. So the human form of life is rarely attained. We should use it. We should actually use it for the true purpose that it's intended to use. What is that greatest danger? Is to lose that opportunity and to go back into animal or lower species where it's exceedingly hard to remember Krishna. So we have a good opportunity now. And if you don't have to, why would you eat karmic grains? Why would you? You don't know who cooked it, you don't know what's in it, you don't want to know. You ever make the mistake when you go to a restaurant? I mean, you shouldn't go to restaurants unless they're devotee owned. But even if they're devotee owned, sometimes you make the mistake and you go to the kitchen and you look at how things are moving there, then you realize that maybe I just lost my appetite and I'm not that hungry. I'm not that desperate. Right? Or with every meal you get 5 free movie tickets, you know. Like, you understand? Meaning you'll have a lot of busy nights because the cooks were really into movies and gaming and all that kind of stuff. And because they cooked, then you got that similar type of vibe. And it can just make life a little difficult. Mm. So we should not make our life more difficult than it already is. Would you agree?
Yes.
It's already hard enough, right? It's not so easy to navigate in this world. It's not so easy. But Krishna wants us to be a sukhi nara. He wants us to be a happy human. And how are we becoming happy humans? By actually applying this verse of the Bhagavad Gita to our lives. To remember, Krishna is in control, Krishna is the enjoyer, and Krishna is my well-wisher. He's my well-meaning friend. And so are the devotees. Thank you for your kind attention, patience, hospitality. And you have a lot of potential here. You're sitting on a gold mine. And I guarantee you, it's not gonna be like that forever, because as things accelerate, things get worse. Right now, you still have a lot of people who are very nice and have good values. So we have a certain window of opportunity to establish this Hare Krishna movement and to train some leaders and to spread it throughout the country, because don't take it for granted. You've been in other places and see like what it takes to get someone's attention, or to get someone to stop, or to just say hello to you. You know, this is nice. This is a good place. Don't take it for granted. And yeah, there are always challenges, there are always obstacles, but we can see them either as, you know, as an obstacle or as an opportunity. There's always places that are more established, and then I've just been to a whole bunch of places in South America and in Central America where they have no temple. You just meet in someone's home. But you can see that that's not the criteria of how vibrant and how enthusiastic and how productive a yatra or a community is. But somehow by Krishna's grace we have this facility, so let's make the best of it, and let's put our heads and our hearts and our hands together how we can actually expand this Krishna consciousness movement. Because people are suffering out there. Have you seen the traffic jams? People do this every day, twice a day. And they call this normal. Normal. You have to be running around like a mad dog for 12 hours a day just to have a roof over your head and some bread. It's not normal. It's substandard. It's subhuman. Formerly people would live on the field and the land, and you know, they grow and then they're busy and then they rest. It's winter, you know, and then again they plant and they grow, and you know, simple life. I'm not advocating barn ashram. You have to go back to the barn and all live off the land, but we can all simplify our lives a little bit, outsource some things and delegate some things. Just make your life a little more simple. And I guarantee you, you'll feel more happy and you'll have more time for hearing and chanting and for preaching. People are super open. So we're very grateful for all the devotees here present, for their dedication, their sacrifice, their devotion, their wonderful example. And we pray to Sri Sri Radha Madhava, Asasaki, Panchatattva, Prahlad Nrsingadev, Srila Prabhupada, and Guru Parampara, that they may grant us all a molecule of humility, a fraction of mercy, and a little bit of taste, by which we can move forward on this path of bhakti to become role models for others and recruit, train, and empower spiritual revolutionaries who will spread Krishna consciousness in Sofia, in Bulgaria, and all over the world. Anyone who agrees with this, in part or in whole, please unmute and say Hare Krishna.
Hare
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Thank you very much.